Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Still in the euphoria of Fubara's homecoming, there have been a lot of reaction going on, as you're seeing at the background. Even market women, medical doctors cannot help also but comment on the fact that they are finally happy that Fubara is back. But there have been a lot of controversies going on, a lot of people putting pressure on Fubara to do the needful, and of course Riverians have started talking. And top of the list is Angel Briggs. They have decided to give full details of what she expects in this government. And some political pundits have decided to also analyze that the fact that the fight is not yet over, that the kind of peace we're experiencing now is a graveside peace. Something will give. We'll give you full details of what transpired. Don't forget that during the coming of Fubara, a lot of his supporters, allies were at the airport and also at the government house. But one thing that was unique and conspicuous was the fact that all the allies of Nyesom Wike were not there to receive him. Now, if they said there is peace and there have been a peace deal and all camps are now collapsed into one, I'm sure the likes of Ishi, I'm talking about Sema Wanosiki, ought to have been there live. I'm sure the likes of Chide Lloyd ought to at least be there. After all, you are now back. But none of them came around. They were all on their own trying to, I do not know. But let's dive into the newspaper to find out exactly what Angel Briggs is saying concerning this matter and what other political analysts who are saying that we should expect more, that this can't give. This is truly not peace deal. Something we give at some point. Now, according to Angel Briggs, he said Fubara has full support of the people of the state, noting that the backing is actually very natural. She expressed fears of the support the governor is enjoying can be allowed to be translated into good governance. She said, and I quote, "But let's not mistake one aspect of what has transpired. Fubara has always had the total organic support of the majority of the people of Rivers State, of which I am one of the majority of the women, from market women to all spheres of career women, have supported the governor of Rivers State. And as you can see, the people of Rivers State are still in support of Similalayi Fubara. But now, whether that support that we have for him will be allowed to translate into good governance, in governance of the people, into peace, into security, into development that needs to be seen." She noted that the President Tinubu has been the problem of the state, adding that he has not done any good to the state. Briggs said, and I quote her again, said, "You can't have peace without having justice on ground. And so far, the people of Rivers State need anything but justice. And so where we are today, the president, for whatever reason he has believed, has been part of our problem." You see, when people claim that there is reconciliation, it's like it's a surface thing. So if there is reconciliation, there is the issue. What is the issue on? Again, similarly, Fubara is the governor of Rivers State, but Fubara has had 6 months cut off from his governance, like government was cut off by 6 months, and Peter Obi claimed back his own 6 months, when he was impeached. He later got back his mandate, but Fubara's own was cut off. I'm surprised that Rivers people have been told to give up their rights and their responsibility to themselves because of politics. So why are we in politics if that is what is expected from us? Look, there is no favor that has been done to the people of Rivers State. Today, the 20th, no favor has been done to us because we have suffered for 6 months and the president sought with that. We went through this suffering. We are not the people that created the problem. The problem was between former governor and the present governor. There is claim that there was an agreement, an arrangement where Rivers people did not go into an undertaking with the former governor of Rivers State or even the present governor of Rivers State. The only expectations for Rivers people have for the governor of Rivers State, Fubara, is for him to govern Rivers and deliver dividends of democracy to the people of Rivers State. So, literally speaking, Angel Briggs saying that to start with, the first blame goes to the sitting president for what they suffered, and secondly, that he's just wondering, will this organic love that's been shown to Fubara, will whatever agreement they've had now during their peace parley, would it translate to good governance in the long run, or should we be expecting another? But let's also quickly find out what Rufai Oseni said concerning the peace talk that was being discussed by Fubara. Now, according to him, he said Fubara is celebrating peace, but the celebrating peace is a type of graveyard. After he has been bullied and subdued, peace is better than war, he says. Play all his tapes for him. The comments came after Governor Fubara made a statewide broadcast on Friday, urged residents to reflect on the lessons from the 6 months emergency rule imposed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of Rivers State. Fubara has said that the costliest peace is cheaper than the cheapest war, adding that he cooperated with the federal government and resisted pressures to legally challenge the emergency rule in order to safeguard peace, stability, and progress in the state. Those were some of the words that Rufai Osoni quoted Fubara, saying that is graveyard peace. It will not translate to true peace. My colleague is in the house. You heard what these two very prominent persons. Of course, another political opponent believes that at some point that Fubara and his followers may not be able to contain this again because it's not true peace. At some point, there will be another eruption, and that Nigerians should be on the lookout. What's your take on all of this analysis?
Well, I think that the situation of things in Rivers State is what sitting back to watch as a political pundit. Just as it's been said, I don't think this battle is over because unfortunately the situation we are seeing right now clearly shows that there is a fake peace. Like you rightly pointed out, if there was genuine peace and everybody has, accepted Fubara as a governor, the local government chairman were supposed to be there to welcome him officially. The other people, if you notice, during that, if you check that video, you're going to see the deputy governor. She was there.
Everybody was there.
At least the speaker, if he's truly who he say he is, and there is speech, he would have been there to receive the governor. Now, most of the time, when the president is back from wherever he goes to, FCT minister, virtually all his appointees, just fairly recent when he came back after his annual leave. The first person he greeted was actually the Senate president. The Senate president was on ground. Then he's chief of staff, and then every other person. But this time, he came back, suspension, thank God we've reconciled and all of that. In the instant, they are mandating him to bring the commissioner's list,
An appropriation bill.
An appropriation bill. So all of that points to one direction. They are just watching him. And their intent, if he decides not to play according to our dictate, we are going to nail him with everything we've got. We are going to nail him so much. So I don't know how he's going to handle it, because as much as the peace is very important, the welfare of the people is also very important, because the essence of governance is the people, not all those nonsense that they are doing. Whether you like it or not, they are not important. What is important is the generality of the people of Rivers State. And as much as the president has waded into this case, he would have been more concerned on how the people are enjoying the leadership of this man. That should have been it, because that is what will be translated when they are putting your leadership as a president at a global or at a national scale. How did you handle issues and all of it? But you went around because of Wike, someone who you ought to put him under control and tell him, hey, this thing, I'm not liking it. But you stood by him, and let's wait and see 2027. No one can really predict that day, I tell you.